I built an AI agent army that runs my entire life. My email agent keeps me on top of email. My research and content creation agent helps me write blog posts. My calendar agent keeps me on top of my schedule. And I can also track my expenses and stay on top of weather and news. And if I really feel like it, I can book a flight. And it also helps me stay on top of my social media calendar. This isn't just one AI doing everything. It's 8 specialized agents, each an expert in their domain, all working together. So let's go ahead and see what this agent is capable of. Can you check if I have any meetings tomorrow? So if I ask it this question, it's going to think about what's going on. It's going to call the calendar agent and send me a reply. So I do have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow. Now let's try emails. Can you send a message to sales@tradexusa.com regarding the inability for a meeting tomorrow? This is going to talk to the email management agent. It's going to come back to me with a draft. Perfect. Send as is. It's going to go back to the email management agent, send a message, and come back to us with a confirmation. Now let's check out the research assistant. So this goes into the research assistant. It talks to Tably. And I had some in-depth research on this topic with some follow-up questions as well. Now let's check out the finance tracker. How much did I spend on groceries in July? It's going to go to the finance tracker and search for entries. And it's going to come back to me with a response. And these are dummy numbers for development. We can also ask about weather and news. How's the weather in NYC and what are the top local stories? So it's going to talk to the weather and news agent, get some weather, get some news, and come back to me with that response. Weather in NYC, top local stories. Now let's check out the content planner agent. Instagram post for today. So it's going to get Instagram ideas from my Airtable and come back to me. So it came back from my research database with these ideas, and then I can tell it that let's go ahead and create some content on any one of these ideas. And finally, let's check out the travel agent. Can you find some flights from NYC to LHR on September 1st? One adult, one way. And it's going to talk to the travel agent this time. It's going to check flights and get back to me with some options. All right. Perfect. We have some options over here. If you're new to this channel, my name is Shub, and I build AI and automations to help businesses and professionals save time and money. If you're interested in grabbing a copy of this template and using it in your own workflows, just go ahead and click the link in the description below. And if you want me to build something like this for you or your business, go ahead and book a discovery call from the description. All right, so let's dive in and see exactly how this multi-agent AI system works. Everything starts with the orchestrator agent. This is the main brains of the entire AI agent army. I've given it a prompt explaining to it exactly what its tasks are, and each task has its own specialized AI agent to accomplish it. The AI agent is accessible through Telegram, which you can see over here. In order to set up your own Telegram bot, you need to talk to a Telegram bot called the Botfather. Go ahead and hit start. Type in new bot. Give it a name, and then give it a username as well. So I'm just going to call it Shub YT Personal Assistant Bot. This has to be unique. And that gives you an API token. Go ahead and copy that and add a Telegram trigger. Under credentials, create a new credential, drop in that access token and hit save. It'll test the connection and that will set up your Telegram bot. Next up, we want to check the data type and see whether the message received is a text or a voice note. And we do this using a switch node. If it's a text, it goes to a set fields node where it just combines the text from here. Or if it's a voice node, it downloads the audio file, it goes into OpenAI, which transcribes the recording, and that same set node contains the transcription. And the name of the field is prompt, because this is what we're telling our specialized AI agent. That goes into the orchestrator agent over here as json.prompt. And finally, we need to connect another Telegram node for the AI agent output. It grabs the chat ID from earlier, and the text to send is json.output from the AI agent. And we also want to set the parse mode to Markdown Legacy. Now, this AI agent is connected to a chat model, which I've got over here, which is GPT 4.1. That's the brains. And we're also giving it some memory as well. And the memory that I have is the Postgres chat memory. Now, the benefit of using Postgres is that you can have persistence and you can actually you can maintain a record of all of your conversation histories in a Postgres database. To set up Postgres, we need to go into Supabase, make an account, go into your dashboard, go into your organization, and let's go ahead and create a new project. Let's give it a name, give it a password. Make sure you remember this password because you're going to need it later. Give it a region. I'm just going to leave it at the default for now. Create new project. So once that project is set up, go ahead and click the connect button at the top. Under type, select PSQL. Go down to transaction pooler and select view parameters. And these are the parameters that you then need to copy into your Postgres setup. So let's go back into Postgres setup and I'll show you how that is. Copy the host, copy the user, enter the password that you had created earlier, and copy over the port. And then hit save. It'll test that connection. And if everything works, you should get a success message in green. So that's the main memory that your orchestrator agent is using. Now let's go ahead and look at each agent in detail. So the first agent is the email agent. So this is a simple AI agent tool from n8n, this one here. Let's double click that. Description is the email management tool, and the prompt that we're giving this is going to be defined by the model. So the orchestrator agent is going to generate a prompt and send it to the email management agent. And to this email management agent, I've connected a chat model, the same one, GPT 4.1, and we've given it a whole bunch of tools. So we've given it a reply tool, a delete message tool, mark as read, mark as unread, get a message, get many messages, remove labels, add labels, and send a message as well. And it has access to all of these tools, and it knows that it has these tools. So depending on the prompt that the orchestrator sends the email management agent, it can do any one of these tasks over here. Next up, let's go to the content creation agent. So this is the blog post writer that I had actually made earlier in another tutorial, and I'll add a link to that at the top. So this is the blog post writer. This one has its own prompt over here because it's fairly detailed instructions. Basically, once it receives a keyword, it's going to generate the title and structure, the introduction. It's going to generate each section one by one. It's going to generate an image. Finally, it's going to compile all of that into a ready blog post with HTML formatting, and it'll send it back to the orchestrator agent. Now, the orchestrator agent has instructions to take the output from the content creator agent and then use the Google Docs tool, which it has access to, generate a ready Google Doc and output a link to that document in the Telegram chat. Now, the blog post writer has its own sub AI agent. So this is the third level of AI agent that we have: the main orchestrator agent, the blog post writer agent, and below the blog post writer agent, we have a specialized tool for generating titles and structures. So it uses SERP API to get autocomplete suggestions. It uses Perplexity to do some deep research. It also has a writer tool, which is specialized in writing content. And it also has a generate image tool, which connects to Replicate to generate an image and get that image once the image has been generated. So that's content creation. Next up, we have the calendar agent. This is fairly simple again. It's just a calendar tool as the description. The prompt is supplied by the orchestrator agent. The only system message that we're giving is that the current date is now. And we need to give it this information because otherwise the AI doesn't understand what the date is. To this, I've added some tools. get an event, get many events, create an event, update an event, and delete an event. It's pretty straightforward. Next up, we have a research assistant tool. So this is the research agent, AI agent to do research on various topics. We're also give the prompt is defined by the orchestrator agent, but there is a system message where we're just instructing it to regarding the tools that it has access to, and we're encouraging the AI agent to actually use those tools. So to this research agent, we have a Tavily research tool. Tavily, if you're not familiar, is a API for doing in-depth research and searching the internet. We're also connecting it to Perplexity. And to the research agent, we're also adding an in-depth research tool where this is conducting one level of research. If the AI determines that the question that I'm asking it requires a bit more thinking and some deeper research, it's going to call the in-depth research tool. And again, we're using Perplexity, but we're using Sonar Deep Research instead of just Sonar as we're doing for the earlier model. So that's the research assistant. And this research assistant is also connected to the blog post writer. Next up, we have the finance tracker agent. Now, this I've already made a tutorial on how to build your own personal finance tracker. So I've just connected my main personal assistant to that same database. The finance tracker agent can either create an entry in Airtable, and this is my main expense tracking Airtable, and it can also search entries and retrieve data from that database as well. We also have a contacts agent, which is connected to Google Contacts, where we can get many contacts and get a contact. And we need the contacts agent because we're gonna need to retrieve contact information to send emails and to send calendar invitations as well. We also have a weather and news agent. Now, the weather and news agent is connected to a special API called Weather API. And for news, we're just using SERP API. We also have a document creator and reporting agent where we can get a document from Google Docs, we can create a document in Google Docs, and we can also update a document in Google Docs. This is mainly used for the content creation agent, but you can really use this for any kind of reporting based on the interactions that you've had with the personal assistant. We also have a travel agent, which can check flights from SERP API, and it can also check hotels from SERP API as well. And finally, we have the social media calendar agent, and this is linked to my social media research automation. Again, tutorial link at the top right, where I can ask it to get a new Instagram idea, a new LinkedIn idea, a new TikTok idea from the research that that agent is already doing. And I can also choose any idea from that and start working on it to actually go ahead and create that content. So now, once you build this out, you have your own AI agent army, 8 specialized agents that work together to handle your email, your calendar, your finances, research, content creation, travel planning, and even more. If you enjoyed this overview, do me a favor and go ahead and smash that like button and hit subscribe for more AI and automation tutorials.